Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening sessions. Today we are on day 63. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। आज हम लोग 63वें सत्र में पहुंच चुके हैं और आज हम लोग बुद्धि विवेक इसकी अपनी जिंदगी में क्या अहमियत होती है, वो प्रज्ञा जो अपने विवेक के रूप में जागृत होती है, उसका द हाईएस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ विजडम, द हाईएस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस एंड इट्स अंडरस्टैंडिंग, हाउ दैट वी कैन यूज नाउ टू dissolve the mind. Upasham Prakaran, we are going through the chapter number 5, Upasham Prakaran, where on dissolution of the mind. How that needs to be done using your intellect is something that we will see today. I welcome all of you, apne sare Zoom ke participants, all our Zoom participants, all our Facebook viewers, and all our YouTube viewers. I welcome all of you to this day 63 session today. So, the way we do every day, we chant Om and then we start the session. Let us do that. Let's sit comfortably and close your eyes. Aankhein band kar le. Spine erect. Sit comfortably. Shoulders relaxed. Neck straight. Let's bring back our attention to our breath. Now that we have performed all our actions, all our duties throughout the day, without getting associated with it as a doer, now let us all come back to the source and relax. That entire Rajogun, that Kriya Shakti, wanting to do something, have finished. Take a deep breath in and relax totally in yourself. Gurudev says it's worth dropping past, either pleasant or unpleasant. Whatever have happened during the day in the past, take a deep breath in and as you breathe out, let go of everything and come back to the present moment. This present moment is new. Let us welcome this moment by chanting Om. Breathe in. Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम आवाहनम पुनः पुनः. Let us express our gratitude to the divinity, to the master. गुरु वंदना कर ले. गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर् साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. गुरु से प्रार्थना करें. Let us pray to the divinity, to the master. Whatever the words that come out of our mouth, whatever the actions that happens, whatever the thoughts that hover onto our mind, the power of discrimination arise in our intellect. The impression that might be getting formed on your memory, and that feeling of aham, I, me, still there, an iota of that. Let thy be and all this be inspired by the master alone. We, the people walking on the path of liberation, if by Guru grace we become liberated now, this moment, the remaining life, and if we have to come back here again and again to do seva, service to the humanity, to express our gratitude, our love, or to spread this knowledge wherever it is required, let thy be inspired by the master alone. Feel the presence of the master, the divinity, which is one and the same thing, inside and outside. Again, it is the same thing. Slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. Jai Gurudev. So let's continue with the session. As if after doing this prarthana, this gratitude, this expression, there is nothing much to left to say. But we have taken a commitment. We are here. We are bound to perform the duties of the assigned by the master to us. So let's continue on that path. So we have seen that we are going through this chapter number 5 called on dissolution, upsham rakaran, where we are now understanding and Vaashishtha Muni is guiding Rama, and we are also listening to the same thing, that how one can go and dissolve this mind and how one can experience the self. Because it's the root cause is the mind. This mind is playing all the role. It feels that I am doing the things. It feels that I am the one. It feels that I am the sufferer. And then slowly and gradually, we need to adopt to such practices in life. No, for example, the Shastras, yoga, pranayam, meditation, yama, yamas, Guru Vachanas, the guide, which is there, that Guru Tattva, that principle is there. We are very fortunate that we have Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar ji in our life as a Triguna Sahit, no, as a physical embodiment. He is there with us. No, we are very, very grateful and blissful. So, following his Vachanas, he is always mentioned, and even the Shastras mentioned, whenever there is a conflict between the Shastras, you believe in the Guru Vachanas, you believe in the words of the Master. Now, there is this, Vaashishtha Muni explains to Rama that there are two possibilities here, depending upon whatever the Punya Karma, that whatever the past karma you have done, either you get a very good Guru in your life. Now, Guru is not good or bad, Guru is Guru. If you get a Guru in your life, it's the Guru who guides to how to walk on this path, and you can continue to walk on this path and get liberated. Now, there is another possibility that just like Janaka Raja, certain things happens on its own because of the past, because of the Guru, because of the divinity. Now, Shakti Parke Bhati, that divine energy directly infuse that energy into you and you become Mukt. This is also another possibility. The same thing have happened with Raja Janaka, that he listens to the Vani, the Siddha Gita, and he contemplates on his own, on the listening, that knowledge which has been told or the sung by the Siddhas, the one who are enlightened one, he contemplate. And when that manthan, Sangeeta ji beautifully explained, it's like that manthan happens between the gods and the demons, and then how the poison that comes up, that wish comes up. So now that Janak Raja's, that wish is also coming up, that feeling of what is it that I have wasted my life in all to this mundane routine life, whatever I have been taking pride in all these small little things doesn't seem to exist anywhere. He gets into that, and then slowly and gradually he doesn't throw that out, he just hold it here and becomes the Nilkanta. It doesn't go let it affect him, neither he spit it out, he just hold it here and he just become the Nilkanta. It's a symbolism. No? The Lord Shiva, the Shankara, he holds that wish, that poison here. He doesn't let it affect him, neither he spit it out so that it can spoil others. So he just hold it here. So Raja Janakaji's state is just like Nilakanta here. He is experiencing that certain things are happening, and yet now he is transforming its emotion into the vichara, the things that can take him to the out of this state. What is that? And that is through his viveka, that is through his intellect. So he continues to think that, okay, fine, anyway, I am not going to do any karma, I'm not going to do any things. So even if I do, it's not going to make any difference to the self-consciousness. Why am I supposed to do all these things? That thought process goes on. And then ultimately he makes himself understand, so what, fine, let me just do the actions and do not get bound to it as a doer or neither as a non-doer. I will not experience any sukha or dukkha, any happiness nor any sadness in these activities. I will not associate myself as a body here that I am doing it. Neither I will have an association of that we am doing it. So let these things happen based on just because I have been born here as a king, I have that responsibility to fulfill based on my prarabdha karma, the sanchit karma, the acquired karmas from the past. Let me just do my activities. That is how we make his mind understand, and then he gets up and start doing his activities. Whole day he does the activities as it comes, without having any obligation, without having any perception about it, good or bad. Just like that, neither he have an very equanimous state towards every being that comes to his life, whether it is object, whether it is not object. He doesn't want to possess neither people. He discriminate between. He has the equanimous state of mind towards everybody. With that, he does his karma. Throughout the day, he spends his day, and then when he comes back and just for the meditation seems to happen very instantaneously, because he has already consumed the Rajoguna now. The Kriya Shakti, that action, that something to be done, is already been done. It's finished, and now he's sitting and relaxing and contemplating again on its own. That is where now Vaashishtha Muni tells that now this Janaka has attained that Samyaka Gana, means the equanimous knowledge. No? That is what he has already achieved. When that happens, how does one experience then? Then the past, whatever is there in the past, he doesn't bother about it. It is just gone. We pray. We start by praying. No, let the past be dropped. Come back to the present moment. That is exactly what happens to the Raja also. That he drops his past. He doesn't bother about the past, and he doesn't worry about the future also. He just be in the present moment, and then he continues to do whatever the work that has come to his path. He continue to do that. So now the next thing is that Vaashishtha Muni tells Rama that hearing this story, hey Rama, now you do one thing. You make your pragya. No, that pragya is there. You make your pragya come up. No, let it lighten up. That pragya, let that pragya lighten up within you. So that is all happens. That now, what is this pragya? Pragya is basically, it is the highest and purest form of wisdom, intelligence, and its understanding. Means applying the right kind of information in the right time, in a right manner, in a right context, so that your consciousness is uplifted, your prana shakti is uplifted, and at the same time, the one with whom you are talking, their prana shakti is also uplifted. Then that becomes the pragya. Then that becomes the highest, purest form of wisdom, intelligence, and its understanding and application of it. That is what is called as pragya. So here Vaashishtha Muni is guiding Rama, that Rama, look, this buddhi, this intellect, and the power of discrimination that arise into it, let that dawn in you. Let that viveka dawn in you to start seeing everything in a very equanimous state of mind. That is what is worth doing, and that is what Adhyatma Prapti means. That is what the main thing, that is what the mukhya tool, that's what's the main tool that one can use to cleanse of these impressions that are getting created. Pay off for that through meditation, through your karma, finish it off, and now you start training your mind using the viveka, that is intellect, that is the buddhi. So that is what the power of your intellect, that is what that pragya, establishing that pragya within you is the power of that intellect which you now use. Now, what happens because of this? There are multiple things that comes into picture. That there is Guru Upadesh, means the guidance of the master is there. Then we keep reading. So there are shastras that we read. Then there is Shravana that we do. We listen to the knowledge, and then we do Shastra Abhyas and the Punya, means all the past good deeds. Because of this, it helps us. It's all this is only meant to make your intellect sharpen, make your intellect shuddha, means it's normal, it's free from any inhibitions. The pure intellect, pure shuddha intellect. There is no discrimination. Power of discrimination is there, but there is no things like, oh, this is like this is like that, you are like this, you are like that. I am the doer, I am not the doer, I want this, I do not want this. Neither there is acceptance, neither rejection. The equanimous state of mind, that is what is that pure intellect. That is what it does, and it asks, use that viveka now, use that intellect now to make your mind understand what the reality is. And that also it helps that once you are in touch with the Sat Sangati, Sadhu Sangati, means company of the people, by listening to them, being in a company of them, when that Sat Sang No, that company being with the truth, because these are the people who keep on following it. They are the people who on and every moment they do this, they speak about it, they spread it. That is what is their purpose of their life. They keep doing it. Having a company of such people with us helps us to implement this in our life. No, so whenever any kind of situation that arise here, no, so we need to apply this Kushal Buddhi, means this. No, Gurudev also says, no, don't be fool, you become skillful. Krishna is skillful. He has exhibited all the qualities. No, he was a excellent politician. He was excellent Tattvavetta, intelligent. He was, his one leg is on the ground and the other leg is in the air. Means he's firmly established, yet he's not attached with anything. So he exhibited all the qualities. So he used the yukti also. He at times he used that intellect. He has used the skills also. So we'll say, don't become fool, acquire that skill. How do we acquire it? Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Apply that yoga. Learn that yoga. Karma yoga, Gyan yoga, Bhakti yoga. Multiple types of Patanjali Yoga Sutras explains Yama, Niyamas, no, Ashtangas, all these things, no, different 8 limbs of yoga. Apply the Guru Vachana, Sudarshan Kriya, yoga, pranayama, meditation. Apply all the techniques, knowledge, everything, and then you make your buddhi, your intellect, skillful. So that is what is as an upaya, as a technique. Rama, it's worth learning this. No, so just like that, it spreads, that incense spreads its fragrance. Then the moment this pragya, the moment this highest form of wisdom dawns, automatically it will start praising its fragrance. No? Automatically your actions, your vani will become madhur, your speech will become you will become silent. No? In your actions, there will not be any cravings that will be visible. No, you will be doing the things, yet you will be remaining so calm and still be able to do all these things. No, then he also explained that once all these things happens, all the other things that appears, no, this external house, there is a money and all these things, external things, that to attain that, to possess that, this human mind, this human continuously keep on doing effort. And how does it put effort? While achieving this, he puts it 100%. No, he just run after it. He doesn't even sleep, continuously running after it. Like that, now you make an effort. Make that self-effort to run after this, to make your intellect achieve that pragya in your life. That is what is worth doing in your life. No, then once this happens, that whatever the 3 lokas, no, the Swarga loka, the Prithvi loka, Mrityu loka, or the Patala loka, all that sampati of the Patala loka, all the Swarga sukha, the happiness that one can derive in the heaven and here itself. What is the Rajya Prapti, means what are the material world's benefit, all these things one can attain when they are established into this pragya, this highest form of the intellect. Even in day-to-day, either paramarthik path, in the spiritual path, or in the material world, the one who has this viveka, the one who has this sharpened intellect, this pragya, right, they are able to deal with the situation without any problem. No, it has also been said, and it has also been seen that even if they do not have appear to have any guru and physical, that is what is happening with Raja Janak also here. So then he continues, like he explained that unless and until that inner side, that is that mind, no, unless until continuously you keep on winning these indriyas, no, these indriyas, the 5 senses, which keeps wanting to keep going outward, outward, outward always. Now you start winning over them. No, apply the Dhamma, no, to become your mind calm, peace of mind, Shama. Start practicing Dhamma again and again, again and again. No? So this is what happens, like the Purusha, like Raja Janaka, no? The one who is that Rajasika and Sattvic Purusha, no, that this is his last birth, and then in this now, just like as this is his last birth, just like the fruit falls, no? Just like that the fruit falls from a tree, he gets this knowledge. Just like that, Siddha Gita is been sung for him, and he immediately gets transformed into, by his own contemplation, by applying his own buddhi, applying his own viveka, he achieves the Atmagyana, Paramagyana. And now he keeps on doing all these things on his own. Now, having said that, having understood this, that okay, this can happen, it can happen, but it is not very often. It is once in a blue moon. Such things happen. So now you here, don't be dependent on luck. Don't say that, oh, Raja Janaka was lucky, let me also wait to be lucky and wait that his things will happen. Suddenly there will be a Shaktipat that will happen and I'll become an enlightened. Here Vaashishtha Muni is making Savadana. He is making us aware that until that happens, but till that point in time, don't be dependent on luck. Don't say sheep. Don't say the luck. Don't say that, okay, in my daiva, then I will get it. No, no, no. He is making us be aware. Till that time, you do not drop your purushartha. You do dharma, artha, kam, and moksha. Don't drop your actions. Keep on doing them. Keep on performing your daily routine duties. That even happens after mukti also. But even prior to that, don't say that, okay, that mukti will come only by blessing, only by some things. That is also possible. But he said, don't be dependent on that. Don't wait for that to happen. If it happens by grace, let it happen on its own. No? Don't wait. You do your karma. You do your actions. You do your daily routine. No? What are the this daiva, karma, dharma, all these things, it doesn't come to help to you. No, this to help to this indriya grant means dropping this self, dropping these five senses actions, indriya nigraha, and in this viveka, no, that shraddha, samadhana, vairagya, all these different things, let it be continuously established. You establish yourself into all these things, no? And do your efforts, do your purushartha, continue to put your self efforts to achieve these qualities in our life. No, don't be dependent on that luck or the daiva. There is nothing like that. It is just your past karma only, which is there in the form of that the daiva or the destiny to you. So now, how do we achieve this jivan mukti? And what is it, sadhana? What is it that one has to do? So he says that this chitta, which is there, chanchala chitta, the chitta, which is the mind which keeps hovering here and there, you establish that equanimous state and make your buddhi nirmal, and sacham is the purest form, achieve that pragya. And then once that happens, what are the symptoms that we see? Then we see there is a trishna rahita. Trishna rahita means now there are no desires. Now there are no cravings that have been left. There are no things that I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. That is not. Then it brings the nirbhayata, means there is no fearless. That's very fearless. The one who doesn't have a fear of death, what else can make him fear? The one who has realized this body is anyway going to die. But the one which is there can never die. What else can make him fearful? No. So nirbhayata dawns. Then the one who has understood, or the one who has realized that this nashivanta deha, this I am different than this. I am something else. I am not just this body. I am something else. I am avinashi. I am the one which doesn't birth. I am the one which doesn't die also. I am that eternal nature which is always exist, having that feeling, having that inherent understanding. There is a sada chitta samata, means there is a equanimous state of your being. Then there is a jnana nishtha, means having a full faith in the knowledge, having complete shraddha into it. Then nirichita means there is no ichcha. Nirichita means there is no ichcha that is left. There is no wanting to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that. That is not left. Nishkriyata, not means not dropping the kriyas, but dropping the fruits of the kriyas, dropping the karmas, dropping the impressions of your actions. Nishkriyata. That feverishness is not there. Oh, I want to achieve this, I want to take this sankalpa, I want to do this, I want to do that. That is not there now. That will not be there. These are all the symptoms. He's telling once we achieve this Jivan Mukti and when walking on this path, when that pragya arises, these are all the things. Then your ekagra chitta means you will be fully concentrated. Dhairya arises, no? That apashu shakti, that amanusha shakti, that complete valor arises in you. No, that passion arises in you. That there is no impatience that is left. No, that valor that arises in you, that stability that arises, sthirata, no, achala sthirata, that you in any situation, no one can take that smile away from you. You are firmly established, you are calm. The situation comes into your life, you are not reacting to it. If required, you are responding to it. You become sthir, you become stable. Then you, that hriday bhav, that samatva bhav, when you are talking to anybody, there is not discrimination there. Is good, he is bad, she is good, she is bad, he is intelligent, he is non-intelligent. No such bhava is there. There is a samatva. There is an inherent equanimity towards every individual being on this planet. That dawns. Then Shraddha dawns, that gratitude towards the divine, towards the master dawns. No, then this becomes Priya, and then that is what gets established, and these are all the symptoms that one gets in their life when they go towards the Jivana Mukti. Now, he again explained that, see this mind, how this mind is. No, this mind is actually an inertia. It's like Jada mind. Then it takes its Jnana Shakti from the Atma, the self source. And then it's chanchalta, that spandan, that wanting to do, that activity. I want to do this, I want to do that. I go here, I go there, past, present, future, all these things of figures. This chanchalta, this restlessness, where does it get? It gets it from the pranavayu, no, pranavayu shakti. So that's the reason it's told here that the moment you pause your breath, no, you hold on to your breath. For that point of time, the activities of mind also automatically pause. Because of when they walks us through the meditation, no, we first focus on the body from the external annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, on the body, and then the breath. And then in between the breath, also we focus on some breath and let go. Hold on the breath and let go. So the moment we hold on to the breath, automatically the mind stops. Either you hold on to the breath as Bahya Kumbhak, outward, and stop breathing, or you hold on to it inside, means Antar Kumbhak. You have breathe in and hold on to it inside. Any Kumbhak, Bahya Kumbhak, Antar Kumbhak. External holding of the breath or internal holding of the breath. In either the situation, your mind's activity cease to exist. That's the prana shakti which is giving it that chanchalta, that activity. So prana nirodha means holding on to it. Then you are, for that period of time, you will see that this mind appears, goes into amana. It goes into that, and then this Rama, this Mool Chaitanya Prabha, if it is there, then this mind. If it is not there, then if the mind is not being supported by the self energy, that thing, it is just like Shava. It's like a dead thing, no? Nirjiv. No, there is no jiva into it. It is the jiva, is that soul, which gives its power. So if I have to explain this to you in other words, here Vaashishtha Muni explains to Rama, hey Rama, this Jnanaka means the one which is self-embodiment of the knowledge, is that Chit. Now let us understand the three differences between Chit, Chitta and Chait. Chait is that Vishayas. Chit, there is no double here. Chit means it is the Chaitanya. That Chaitanya's Chit. And then Chitta, double T, C-H-A, double T, Chitta. Chitta means mind. So now here they are talking about this knowledge, which is a self-embodiment, which is the seed of all knowledge. That Chit, when it takes the form of buddhi, means an intellect, and when it becomes, that vibration comes into that energy, that vibration, spandan is what is said, that spandan arises, and then it start doing the sankalpa and vikalpa, means I want to do this, I don't want to do this, all these things it goes, then it appears to us like a mind. Now this is the mind. It appears, it takes the form of the mind. Now it's the same chit, not chitta. Chit. When the same chit gets into and things like all this imaginative other things, it starts forming the forms and all that, start giving its name, then it starts appearing as a Jagat. Jagat means the universe, the outward universe, it starts appearing like that. And the whatever the things that it has experienced in the past out of the drishya, because of this panchendriya, the five senses, it have an experience of certain things because of the vishaya, it is smriti, it is memory, that's smaran, it is that impression that is getting created inside. So it's the same chit, it's the same, not chit, it's the same chit which takes the form of a buddhi, of the smriti, of the mind, of the chitta, all these things it has been explored. And then that is where when these things gets into the feelings of this is ashtam, this is good, this is anishtam, this is bad, this is these are the good things, these are the bad things, no? All these are the I am the karta, I am the mukta, all this discrimination, bhed, means when it starts dividing into two things, the thing either on this side or that thing, positive or negative kind of things, then that is where it keeps on creating this all different illusions, no? Multiple illusions in life, and it's the same chit through the mind assumes it's all different forms. No? So now what you need to do, Rama, you need to re-establish yourself, understand this as a Maya Shakti. Whatever this is an illusion, because of it's the illusion which is created in the mind itself, all these things they're there, and unless and until one follows the Guru, one follows the Shastras, one follows the Atma Vichara, the self-contemplation, the self-inquiry, all these things one can create that pragya, that highest form of its wisdom, intelligence, and understanding about it. Then, till then, one cannot really experience the self, no? That Purna Ananda, that one cannot experience. No? So this mind which keeps on going bahirmukh, means keeps on going outward, we need to again and again bring it back to antarmukhi, means towards your own self, and that is where it can dissolve and become one with itself. Then you get an access to the sukshma vichara, the subtle energies, no? That sukshma shakti, no? That becomes you, and that comes to you as your own experience, no? That is what you start realizing in mind. Now it also explains that it's the same mind which creates the hallucination also. No, this whole mind, we cannot tell that this is mithya mind. It is same chanchal mithya mind. It keeps on taking some sankalpa, which is also mithya in nature, and then on the basis of that, it destructs, no, all our other good things and all that. It wants to go and get entangled into this. This is so miraculous. No, he is now giving expression of, no, doesn't it is so miraculous how this mind behaves. So it says it's the same mind which has created this Maha Mayavi Maya Sura. That demon, that Asura that is created in this, it has that thing. Now it's the same mind which makes you fearful also. Just fearful of a shadow. Then it's the same thing which see on the ocean and the moonlight is falling on it. And if the waves are riding it, it is now just imagining that this gel has become very chanchal. No, actually, Bhranti, this hallucination, it's great. Now we have seen that so many optical illusions also we see. All this it gets into it. That, and also it is very delicate. This mind is very delicate. It is very fearful in nature. And alpasha means when it gets entangled into the alpasha vishayasukha, means it entangled into the temporary pleasures. And then it gets stuck into like this as if it has never experienced sukha in life. No, it gets completely submerged into it. But here, Rama, applying your Sad Viveka Buddhi, no? Sad Viveka Buddhi, we can make this, we can kill this mind, we can nashta, no? We can kill this mind. No? So that's the reason, Rama, you become Vichar Vivek, you become that Purusha and sharpen your intellect, no? Use that pragya to dissolve this mind. Now, then he also explained that we see that there are so many people in this world we keep on going and addressing them, okay, come on this path, experience this path, and that doesn't seem, they seems to be entangled into their own day-to-day routine activities. They doesn't listen. So here saying, no, Gadwa samor watsli Gita kalsa gondar barada. So if there is a donkey in front of that donkey, if you read the Gita, what is it that is going to happen? Huh? So like that, there are so many people in this samsara, this jagata, who are completely caught up in this, completely caught up in the illusions, that Maya Shakti, that they don't seem to come and listen this knowledge. They don't seem to understand the power of dissolving this mind. No, they don't get into that vairagya, that dispassion. Now, kasya sukham na karoti viraga. ना कौन सा ऐसा सुख जो है वो हमें वैराग्य नहीं दे सकता. हाँ, शंकराचार्य कहते, गुरुदेव हमेशा इसके बारे में बात करते हैं. तो बोलते वो इस बात को समझ ही नहीं पाते. तो बोलते ऐसे मूढ़ लोगों को उपदेश करने से भी क्या फायदा, हे रामा. तो बोलते ऐसे यहाँ से इनको ऐसे उपदेश करना और इनको इनके मन में परिवर्तन ला. इसके बात ये, जैसे तुम पृथ्वी पे जंतु निकालने पड़े हो और बोलते हो कि मैं झाड़ू से पूरी पृथ्वी से धूल को निकाल दूंगा. क्या ये संभव है? पूरी धूल को आप निकाल पाओगे? तो बोलते हैं ऐसे लोगों के साथ में मत रहो, ऐसे लोगों के ऊपर अपना टाइम वेस्ट मत करो. ऐसे मूल लोगों को उपदेश करके भी कोई फायदा नहीं होता है. इस तरह से बोलते हैं. फिर वो जो आत्म भावना की जो बात होती है, वो आत्म भावना कैसे करे? तो बोलते हैं वही है कि सचित जो अपना जो चित्त होता है, सचित्त. चित्त मीन्स योर माइंड. सचित्त मीन्स द वन which exists as a mind here, and then he experienced the bondage. That is the sthiti where he feels that in relate to the outward drishya. Drishya means the experience, or the outward experience. They keep on attaching. This is like this. This is like that. This is pratikul. This is anukul. Mean this is according to my favor. This is not favorable to me. No, all these different discrimination they keep on doing in all these things, and they get into the state called abhinivesha. They get stuck into it. So you, if you want to become that, understand and realize that Atma Bhavana, that Atma Jnana, you do not get into this, all these drashya. What are the things that appears outside? Don't get into any sankalpa of that, and leave that. Tyag means sacrifice that. Leave that sankalpa behind and get into this sthir, the established, your antarmukhi sada sukhi. You leave all that antarbahya, leaving it behind. Think that it is one and the same thing. It is one and the same, that Atman, that Brahman, that Shiva, which is Ananta in nature, which is pure, eternal in nature. No, you always remember, every moment you always remind yourself the same thing again and again, and keep on doing your actions. No, you apne karma ko karte raho. Establishing being shant means having peaceful state of your being, and leave this behind. This bhavana, me, maji, means this, leave this bhavana behind, that I am the doer, this is mine. No, all these things leaving behind, you just continuously establish into your advaita. Leaving the bhavana, dvaita bhavana means there are two. You just establish, I am the only one who exists everywhere, and I am the only one who is experiencer. I am the only one who is doing all these things. Establish into that. No? So that is where now he says that that is how you can drop that aham. He explains this, that using all these things, hey Rama, you can drop that. So always remember this. No, whenever you go and see the outward things, you get into always the concept. See everything as a ultimate observer, not differentiating between it. Just see that all the three have Atma, that self only, who is the one who is experiencing this. Now, getting to this, dropping that, even that Jagrut Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha. No, beyond this, just remaining as an observer, as an ultimate observer, that Turiya Avastha, having established yourself into self, one can get rid of this aham, that I. No, that bhava, one can drop, and then one can remain as if, no, there are no ichchas. There is no ichcha that is left. No, there is no dukkha that is like abhaya pad means there is no fearless. You attain that fearless state. Make yourself reach that state and nirantar remain in that state only. Now listening to all these things, Rama says, yes, yes, I understand. Hey Bhagwan, whatever you are saying, that you have just told me how we can drop this aham bhavana, and you also told the techniques and tools to achieve that. Now, but I have a shanka here. I have the doubt in my mind that you have told earlier that it is that aham bhavana, means it is that which I exist because of that sankalpa, that aham bhavana, only this deha is created, this mind is created, this body is created. Now you are asking me to drop that aham bhavana itself. So is it not like this, that if I drop this aham bhavana, means I itself is not there, aham is completely destroyed, then automatically the body is also will supposed to destroy, it will also be destroyed. Now in such a condition, I have a doubt that then how will I live alive? No, if I drop the mind, if I drop the ahankara also, if I drop that ego also, then what will happen to my, this body will become dropped. This body will also absolute become an absolute. So in such case, how can I remain alive? It is the question that has been raised by Rama, and then that is what is we'll see in the 7 tomorrow, that these are different types of egos. What are those egos, and how one can dropping the bhavana of ego-ness, ego sense, and yet one can remain alive and yet do perform their duties and actions. So very beautiful turning point where Rama brings into it, and then the next chapter starts tomorrow. So I'll take a pause. मैं अपनी वाणी को यहाँ पे रोक लेता हूँ. I would like to hand over this session to you. Whatever that we have seen here, if you want to have any questions related to it, please get it clarified. We can have a brainstorm session. चर्चा करते हैं उसके ऊपर. If you feel like any takeaways that you have learned today, you are welcome to share that. If you would like to add to this, you are welcome to do that also. Over to you, opening the session so that you can take over and continue with this session. Jai Gurudev. आप खुद ही अपने आप को अनम्यूट करके बात कर सकते हैं. Yeah, the unmute option is open to you. If you feel like talking, you can unmute yourself. That's okay. हाँ जय गुरुदेव रमा जी बोलिए.
भैया, that mind which is entangled in the outer world, and that same mind is inquiring the inner self. Please explain it. The which mind is entangled in the outer world. Okay. But the same mind is inquiring inner self. Please explain it.
Right. So let us understand who feels that, okay, I am enjoying it. For example, prepares a gulab jamun. Bar gulab jamun nahi jata. Sangeet prepares some gulab jamun and gives them to you. Now, enjoying the gulab jamun, is it Atma which is enjoying the jamun, or is it a body which is enjoying the gulab jamun, or who is enjoying the gulab jamun? You can unmute yourself. Let's have a discussion. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute नहीं किया. हाँ अभी बोलिए.
Mind is enjoying.
Correct. So it is the mind which is enjoying. It is the mind which feels that I am the doer. I am the experiencer. It just perceives the things that you have put the gulab jamun in your mouth. The senses, the system has sent some senses, some signals to your brain, and the mind is now enjoying that. So it is the mind which enjoys. Also, it is the mind which is the things. So when we say that there is external mind and internal mind, there is no such an external internal mind. It is the self, it is the chit that we said no today. It is the chit, it is taking all the different forms. It is the chit which takes the form of mind. It is the chit that takes the form of buddhi, intellect. It is the chit that feels itself. Yeah, it is the Yes, it's the same chit which takes the form of the ahankara, and now these things through that ahankara solidifies and it forms the panchendriya, and perceiving the things. Once it perceives the thing, it stores it into smriti also. It's a chit only. Everywhere the self consciousness only is there, which is doing all these things in different forms. So how do we get back to the source? That's the real thing. That is what our journey is.
Yes.
Yeah, that's our journey. That your viveka, no, that can help you to cleanse this, the way this chanchal mind takes you to outward. Mind itself wants to go outward, experience the pleasure which is coming out of the five senses. Means your sense of touch, your sense of smell, your sense of taste.
All the five senses.
Five senses. So it's the mind which wants to go outward, bahirmukhi man, and the antarmukhi man. Means if you say, just for an understanding, if you say this is linear, so here there is your mind, and if it wants to go outside to outward pleasure, it is bahirmukhi man. Same man. It's the same man you are calling as bahirmukhi man. And now the man dissolves and goes towards your self. Then it is antarmukhi. Means your mind, observe your mind, take your attention of your mind towards the outward things, the vatavaran. The moment it comes to your body, then it has already come from bahirmukhi to antarmukhi. And then from there it goes on to your breath, panchakosha meditation. So the journey starts from outward bahirmukhi man, bringing back that mind to your own internal things. And then slowly and gradually keep dropping everything. At the end, what your Vigyan means your feelings also drop. Manamaya kosha is already dropped. Mind is already dropped. Leaving behind the mind, now you are going even. Now mind itself is not doubtless, it is there. Now that chit is now experiencing the feelings, and now the chit is dropping that feeling also to man itself. So that
it is the confusion of Rama that when it drop the aham, then our body will, how can we be alive?
This is the confusion of Rama which I ask in the end of this chapter, and the answer comes in the next chapter. So think upon it. This is a homework for us. Let us contemplate how that can be, and the answer we will talk about.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Anyone else who would like to express themselves or have any question, you are welcome to ask. वर्षा तुम्हाला काही बोलायचं आहे?
योग वैशिष्ट्य माझ्या आयुष्यात आलं आणि दिवसेगणिक माझ्या आयुष्यातला आनंद खूप वाढतो आहे आणि लक्षात येत आहे की आपण खऱ्या अर्थाने जगायला लागले आहोत. आणि म्हणजे का कुठं असं म्हणजे खूप सगळं विस्तृत होतंय. आनंद होतोय, परत रिलेशन्स नव्याने जोडली जात आहेत आणि आपल्यातली म्हणजे कर्तृत्व किंवा कार्य करण्याची शक्ती पण वाढल्यासारखं झालेलं आहे मला. आणि सांगायचं म्हणजे मला वृद्धी सेवा करायचं पण काम मिळालेलं आहे आणि मला इतका आनंद झाला आहे त्याच्यात की एखाद्याच्या चेहऱ्यावर आनंद निर्माण करणं. आणि जे आपल्याला सांगतात गुरुजी सतत की कोणाच्या तरी चेहऱ्यावर जर तुम्ही आनंद निर्माण करताय सगळ्यात मोठा आहे की त्याचं थोडंसं आपल्यामुळे सुसह्य कसं होईल बघणं. आणि ती मला संधी मिळाली याचा मला खूप आनंद होतो आणि आजच मला कळलं की ते माझ्यावर काम सोपवलंय म्हणून. खूप खूप धन्यवाद.
खूप सुंदर. That's great expression. We also have Sangeetaji with us. Sangeetaji, would you like to express yourself? There is
इनको थोड़ा इंग्लिश में बोलिए ना, बरसाता जी जो बोले हैं.
हाँ बताते हैं, इंग्लिश में भी बताते हैं. एक प्रश्न है आपकी कि what is illusion versus hallucination? Yeah, इसके बारे में भी बात करते हैं. So let's first see. Varshita is saying that she is so blissful when she is listening to this Yog Vaashishtha knowledge. When she has come in contact with Yog Vaashishtha, she has come in contact with Gurudev. She is feeling very about it. She is experiencing the bliss, and also she got an opportunity to do seva. So she is expressing gratitude that she is really, really grateful to the master that because of him coming to our life, she got even an opportunity to serve. So that is what the expression is there. Now let's see this question. What is illusion and what is hallucination? Now illusion is and is very thin line. It's kind of synonym to each other, but let's still understand what is illusion and what is hallucination. Suppose you are walking on the path, yeah, and suddenly you see there is a snake and which is waiting, it is going here and there, and suddenly you get frightened, no? So what is this has happened? You are caught up in illusion now that there is a snake. There is a snake and there is a illusion that has happened and you got frightened. But the moment someone else comes and they have a torch in their hand, and the moment they see that torch is there, the illumination, that light falls on it, and you say that was just a rope. It wasn't the snake. No, automatically that realization of it is just a rope, illusion disappears. And that fear that is created out of illusion also disappears. That is what is called illusion. Here it is illusion, is optical illusion. Many times we see that you go in front of the that concave and convex mirror, and you see yourself as big, you see yourself tall, small. What that is called as illusion. Does that reality? No, not reality. It is just appearing like that. You are perceiving yourself like that big wall and long. That is called as optical illusion, because optical means because of optics. It's a sight that is there. That's called optical illusion. What is hallucination? Now hallucination is also an illusion, but hallucination can happen without any external influence. No, here there was an external influence, that there was a rope appeared like a snake and the illusion happened. Now you're sitting, suddenly nothing has happened, there is no rope also in suddenly you will feel that the snake will come and bite me, and then suddenly you become fearful. What is that? It is hallucination. Nothing of that sort exists in reality. There at least there was a rope, and then in an illusion you perceived that as a snake. In hallucination there is no rope also. It is just in your own thing. You feel, oh, suddenly there is a fear. Suddenly somebody will come and beat me. No, suddenly something happens, some things come, and you get caught up into. That's called Bhranti. Bhranti is a word which is basically an hallucination. That could be a small little viewpoint that this could be the reference. They are used related to, but depending on context, we either use illusion, we don't say optical hallucination. No, we say optical. And when such things comes, we say hallucination. Oh, probably he caught up with some hallucination. No? He suddenly feels that ghost caught him up. No, bhoot ne pakad liya mere ko. No, that's all hallucinations. Yes, does that make sense?
Both are connected to mind, but anyhow.
Yes, these are all connected to mind, for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Ha, Sangeeta ji, over to you. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you, Someshwar ji, and warm welcome to all of you for such a beautiful session which we have been doing. So here we have been looking all the, it's been covered by Someshwar ji very well, of course, wisdom and intelligence. That is the two things, right? Am I right? So we are looking at the two things. But do we really feel that difference between when we are with the intelligence and when we are with the wisdom? So, there are, I can tell you, now first we will see the intelligence. Intelligence is your how power. How power means your skill set. And the skill set is the combination. Now, it is the intelligence. Now we'll see that what is there. So that we come to know that we are with the intelligence or we are with the wisdom. Right? So it's a combination of your experience. So all those experiences which have been coming through from your past, or even, of course, some few are there even from the past lives, those memories which are there. So all those combinations of that experience, you see how you will react when one talks to you. How will you do that when that same thing comes to you? A will do it in a different way, B will do it in a different way. So these are the combinations of your experience. Can I go ahead? No, it's already 9. I need to take your permission first. It's okay.
Permission की बात नहीं है, संगीता. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, to express myself, at least I need some few minutes, right? So now then it comes the knowledge. Now what knowledge you have? See, knowledge is always, just as Raja Janak was also there, the knowledge, he says, it is your self-knowledge ultimately which helps you. It is not even from the scriptures or from the gurus or whatever you read or whatever you listen. No, till it becomes your self-knowledge, that intelligence doesn't rise. And of course, the abilities that you have, to come up with that. And of course, even the intelligence helps you to discriminate what is right and what is wrong. So seeing all those things, we see that we have a sharp intelligence, just like as Someshwar ji said now, it gives you a focused mind, a concentrated mind. So all these things are there. So now Raja Janak is developing that intelligence. Now beyond that intelligence, if you go a step ahead, we come to our wisdom. And what is that wisdom? It is that why power. Why power means your value system. So the internal filter that enables you to select and focus on the problems that maximizes your intelligence. So everything, whatever comes in front of you, when you do it with the help of the wisdom, wisdom is like a boat. It takes you to the other side of the shore. That is what it is, with your inner light, that is with your self-knowledge. Yeah. If there is no wisdom, it's equal to full of botherations. That's why we always have a basket before we come here. Gurudev says, put your botherations in that. Means let go of your botheration so that the wisdom starts rising in you. And with the wisdom, you can cross the sea of sorrow. Sea of sorrow means everybody is there in that. But with that wisdom, that inner light, that is called that wisdom. So wisdom is your why power. It is the internal filter that enables you to select. Now you need to select and focus and then maximize your intelligence. That viveka which we have, to maximize that also is called wisdom, right? And then what happens with this wisdom? Wisdom is the root and constantly nourished. If you constantly nourish your wisdom, means help it grow up, it yields good fruits of self-knowledge. So that is more important. That wisdom helps you to grow up. Yeah, if you can just mute her. Thank you. If you can mute her. Yeah, yield good fruits of self-knowledge. And the efforts and the energy. Now it says, again, the efforts and energy which are putting outside in the world, now you have to focus them inside. So that laser beam, which was there outside, now the laser beam has to come inside with that, all that energy which you have. It is directed to gain that wisdom. So it's like, I can tell you, your intelligence is like having the ladders, but wisdom is choosing your walls, which ones you want to go up. So you need both of them. That is what is the actual session for today. And it's a very beautiful one. If you really contemplate on this, you will get very good results. Yeah. And wisdom is the right application of intelligence. Now that is wisdom. Intelligence will tell you everything. What. But the right application of that is what is called wisdom. And intelligence is when you know what to say. Whereas you know what to say, everything is there in mind. But wisdom tells you when to say that. So it's a very beautiful point. Actually, if you contemplate on that, it will be like giving you that wisdom in your life. So another one is, intelligence is letting go, whereas wisdom is moving on. So this is also very beautiful. Intelligence helps us to let go. Okay, do your kriya, everything, come on, let go. We don't want this because of discrimination power. So it will help you to analyze everything and you'll choose the good and leave the rest. Whereas wisdom says, come on, keep your boat rowing. That is what is moving on. And intelligence, finally, I would say intelligence is a jewel, whereas wisdom is a treasure. So with this, having that treasure in you, it is only Guru's grace which follows. And with this, sharp sword of this wisdom, which is there, here, Yog Vaashishtha Muni says, cut through this network of conditioning. When and then, conditioning. Of what? Of your cravings, intentions, motivations, acceptance, and rejections, which alone is the cause of this world appearance. So with the sharp sword of wisdom, we can do all this. And with this is the takeaway of my today's point over here. And without taking much of your time, being brief, I could really try myself to be very brief in that. And thank you very much, Someshwar ji, for allowing me to express myself.
Sangeeta ji, one question I'll ask. You have knowledge, you have wisdom, everything you have, but certain times, in a fraction of time, you have to take the decision and you become blank. I think that time only grace works. What do you see? Huh?
Yes.
हमारे पास सब कुछ है, बुद्धि है, इंटेलिजेंस है, सब नॉलेज भी है, सब है, मगर है ना, ऐसा टाइम आता है कि आपको कुछ नहीं होता है, मगर अगर कृपा होती है ना तो तुमको वो भी क्लिक होता है, नहीं तो वो भी क्लिक नहीं होता है. मैं सच बोलूं, even though you have everything.
वो surrender से आता है. That was my question. What is that movement? That movement. अभी उसके लिए सोचो, वो अच्छा हो जाए, उसको blessing भेजो, वो करो. But it is so spontaneous. That is what Raja Janak is doing. He is performing his duties in a very spontaneous manner. And of course, with that intelligence and wisdom, कि अभी इस क्षण मेरे को क्या करना है. So when you have that will only come. The next point, ego sense, we will see that tomorrow, and that comes when you surrender. So that is what it is. Then what happens? That wisdom flows in you. So all these points which we have seen here is, intelligence says, okay, हाँ, ये बोलना है, लेकिन कब बोलना है और कैसा चलना है, वो सब हमको wisdom से आता है. That was the difference. Actually, if I read it out again, see, the wisdom is your why power. And your intelligence is your how power. So how you have to do, the strategy जो बनाना है वो intelligence बनाएगा, और वो filter करके वो use कब करना है और कैसे करना है वो wisdom करेगा. That is the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Yeah. Is that answering your question?
Yes.
Sri Devi?
Yes. But yet, I have gone through all this. You have everything, but then too, I don't know, नहीं होने का होता है या होने का होता है. That time you cannot, you don't, तुम्हारा wisdom भी काम नहीं आता, intelligence भी काम नहीं आता, तुम्हारी knowledge भी काम नहीं आती है, कुछ नहीं आता. जो होना है वो होके ही रहता है. What you say?
वो तो होता है, वहाँ surrender काम आता है.
मगर सरेंडर पहले से क्या उस टाइम तो वो भी आई मीन यू वोंट बिलीव यू डोंट रिमेम्बर गुरु आल्सो सर्टेन टाइम यू बिकम सो ब्लैंक एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स यू रिमेम्बर ऐसा किया होता
It is saying that only. Take this sharp sword of wisdom. Through this network of conditioning. What conditionings are there? We come from there only. From your experience, from your conditioning, everybody will have different. Na? So that same karma action, if anybody has to do, A will do in a different way, B will do it.
Yes. I agree that.
So then you're coming from your conditioning and experiences and your past memories.
Yes.
Now here you have to take that wisdom and cut that root of it. So, and develop a new root of wisdom. So you will have to place those whichever concepts and conditionings
but
are there.
always that situations are different.
Always
the situation. तुम्हारे सिचुएशन हर बार अलग होती है. अभी जो ये सिचुएशन में हूँ, I won't be in the next time in the same situation. That time it may be different. Follow me?
So that's what wisdom says, you move on, whereas intelligence says you let go.
Yeah.
Wisdom says you move on. So every time you have a new new situation in front of you. So every time you're going to apply the new wisdom on that.
Yes. Agree.
So again, that wisdom also will come when you are in the present state of mind.
Yes.
So that is what Raja Janaka is saying. You know, now that oscillation has stopped, but he has come to the present moment. So the decision taken in the present moment will help you to move on further.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Welcome. I hope it satisfies you. Otherwise, we have.
No.
He is the best person to answer the question. Yeah, Someshwarji, over to you.
Sangeeta ji, I made this situation recently at the airport when the flight has come and announced is open, but my husband has got a cerebral attack at that moment. Okay, then I became helpless. I went to the desk and want help from others. Please help me. At this situation, I questioned the desk. 80 number desk tha mera. So I asked them. Call the doctor. So they came and doctor checked up my husband, and it was a cerebral attack. At that moment, I helped a officer, and he gave me a wheelchair, and I pushed my husband to the airport last door. My daughter has come. I went to the hospital, Apollo, but there was no seat in the emergency. Then I go to the INK in Neuroscience Hospital and admit him. And the attack was made in 3:30 p.m. and he was admitted in 6:30. At that moment, I became puzzled. What should I do? But I managed it, and I admit him, and I became successful. Then after 3 or 4 days, he became discharged. Now I thought at any situation, wisdom comes to help me.
So the universal energy comes to help you in many ways. You know? Sometimes you get a doctor.
That is very true. Very true.
Yeah. So plenty of things goes on. You know, it's not like that. Many possibilities. These are the possibilities, the doors which open to you. You know, you can take your help and go ahead to that. Yeah. That's very nice. Nice, Ramaji. Such a nice sharing. See? Yeah. Very good.
Now, to my and I am now 66, and in 2007, my husband was detected in leukemia, blood cancer. Nobody is there. I and my servant was in Belor, and my son, only one son, was in London. He has gone to London for his project work. But at that moment, one boy from Bangladesh, he helped me, because doctor had told me that one gents member is necessary to admit my husband. You are only the person and you are the ladies. I can't admit him. So you call one gents. Then I requested him that Bangladeshi boy, please help me. He came with me, and I admit him. I crossed that 3 months in Vellore alone. I became so soft because my husband is a mining man. He was so energetic and stout body. How that is possible? That he has an attack of blood cancer. But after that, all the problem has solved, and now it is 2021. From 2007, I have fighting with him. I have fighting, but I have no fear. I have no fear. I knew, but I know that any situation I can tackle.
Very good.
And all this knowledge session poured me the knowledge that all these are unreal.
That knowledge is there within. You know, you're
Yes.
going through that light within you. So always be in gratitude. Of course we are, but then still, you know, be in gratitude for Gurudev to light that lamp.
Yes,
And
yes,
that
yes.
will take you through the forest. That is the forest of sorrow. That is this only, you know, the world of sorrow.
My husband is lying here. He is not so much so much strong now. He has recently discharged from hospital, but I always join this session, Yog Vaashishtha session, because this helps me very much to sleep in night.
Very good, very good.
Without it, I can't sleep.
That's what it's saying. You know, this boat of wisdom, it is a boat which will cross you to the other shore. You know?
Yes.
That is what.
Yes.
So that is what Radha Janaka is feeling, and it's telling ki nourish this, matlab, you know, be with it and to cross you there. So very good, Ramaji. It's very nice. You're always in grace with Gurudev, blessing you and your husband.
I'm never in fear ki he will go left me. I never fear.
Because Gurudev is there, na?
Yes, yes.
Very nice, very nice. Over to you, Someshwar ji.
Fantastic sharing, Ramaji. Thank you so much, Sangeeta ji, for guiding. Very nice, Sridevi ji have also brought up very nice points. And these are the brainstorm session happens, new things comes up. The new learning that happens through this brainstorm session. Anybody wants to say something? You are welcome to say that. And if not, then we will conclude today's session. Okay, then we'll take a pause.